Welcome back to Fanfiction Theater, where the betrayal may have been ultimate, but the revenge is indeed sweet. Just ask Delia, Ash's ex-mother. She's probably too afraid to tell you, so I'll tell you. Ash threatened to rip her arm off and beat her with it if she ever called him darling again. Who will be threatened this week? If you saw the thumbnail, you probably have a good idea, but I hope you'll stick around to hear the details anyway. I was recently informed that our email address, fanficnight@orderoftheleague.com, was sending mail back to you. It wasn't working. But we got it fixed, and you can now send us your fan art, comments, questions, fanfic submissions, what have you. Alright, let's get to the vengeance. This is Fanfiction Theater, a celebration of naive writing in all of its foibles, flaws, and unintentional hilarity.
Chapter 14. Pikachu made his way back to the Pokémon Center, where several of the traders' Pokémon were still resting up from their first round battles. Of course, they had all lost. He wasn't surprised by this. After all, they were being trained by weak trainers. What did surprise him, however, was the sight of the two Pokémon that greeted him when he entered the infirmary.
Snivy? Squirtle? What do you two want?
Pikachu asked suspiciously, glaring at the two starter Pokémon.
We want to come back and join you guys.
Snivy answered. Squirtle nodded as well, but Pikachu just narrowed his eyes at them.
You both betrayed Ash. Now you're trying to come crawling back?
He sneered.
Just who do you think you are, anyway?
Who do you think you are? Some kind of superstar.
Small and you. I wonder if there's any Donkey Ollie fanfiction.
Probably. Did I imagine that they actually used the line, some kind of superstar?
Who do you think you are? Some kind of superstar.
Who do you think you are? Some kind of superstar. You're too small and you won't go far. We should throw him down a well, tie him up, and never tell. Who do you think you are?
Okay, Squirtle.
Squirtle! I never actually wanted to betray Ash.
Squirtle protested.
They offered to pay me.
No.
Misty came to me and said that Ash was in danger and he needed all the help he could get. I believed her and went with her. But then she told me that it was all a trick and that I would be forced to work for her from then on.
Why would she reveal that?
Seems.
I would have to come back. I would have come back a long time ago, but I didn't know where you were, and I had to stay with Misty because there was nowhere else for me to go where she wouldn't just find me again.
Pikachu
The
nodded
Squirtle is becoming
slowly.
Crow.
I'm Crow Hogan.
Also, like, if Ash, as a good trainer, is able to train his Pokemon so that they're good, right? Then, like, there really shouldn't be any shade thrown at the other Pokemon, right? It's like...
And yet, no one is immune.
At least he's not spitting in their face. Hey, do you hate me, Pikachu? Yeah!
Yeah, fuck you, Squirtle!
You weren't ever there for me!
I mean...
Well, Misty Aurora, I think they're anti-heroes.
For real, though, it's clear that this author, in his head, sees them as heroes.
Jilted, betrayed.
Everything they do is entirely justified.
They're at the very least, justified. That's the word.
Yeah, there was a brief moment in there where I was like, is Ash justified? But then it was like, phase 2, we make her look like a whore.
And we threatened to rip her arm off and beat her with it.
That cold, dead voice.
Yeah. All right.
Pikachu nodded
Squirtle
slowly.
was afraid that Misty was going to break his kneecaps.
All right, that's fair enough. But what excuse do you have, Snivy?
He asked, glaring at the Unova grass type.
Ash was the first trainer who ever treated you well, and you decided to turn your back on him. So what's your great excuse?
Snivy bowed her head in shame.
I don't have one.
She admitted.
It's just that seeing all of Ash's other Pokemon at the lab, I was jealous because all of them were so powerful. And I just got into my head that he cared more about some of his Pokemon than others. But over time, I realized how wrong I was and wanted to find him as soon as possible so I could ask to come back.
Pikachu wasn't sure what to think. Squirtle, he could tell, hadn't ever wanted to betray Ash, but Snivy had just admitted to turning her back on him. At the same time, however, he could tell that she genuinely regretted her actions. He supposed he could ask Ash to give her a second chance. What was the harm?
All right, then.
The yellow electric mouse said slowly.
If you're both really sorry, then come with me, and I'll ask Ash to give you both a second chance.
I kind of just made a big discovery. This could be a big scoop. Snivy is Phineas.
Are you going to put him in the beak suit?
I think I might put Snivy in a beak suit. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Snivy and Squirtle looked delighted.
Thanks, Pikachu.
Squirtle said happily.
We'll prove that you can trust us. We promise. Wait here, then. I have to talk to a few others in here.
Pikachu instructed before going over to talk to Goldluck and Gyarados.
I always just
He
said
was-
Gyarados. I don't know.
Gyarados.
Yeah. I remember
Gyarados.
someone getting very mad at me because it was Gyarados. Any idiot can see it's Gyarados.
I think it's Gyarados. I think that's the way the Greeks say it.
Gyarados.
He was playing-
Gyarados.
He was planning to try to convince them to join Ash, but he quickly discovered there was no need.
Wait a minute. You say you're already against Misty?
He repeated after hearing the two water types confess their indifference towards their trainer. He just skips these kind of weird parts for some reason.
Yeah.
It comes back and he's explaining what happened in the last scene that we didn't see.
Yeah, but it's just
yeah.
like paragraph.
What
to
do you mean
paragraph.
you're with Misty?
Snark Rabbledower agrees with Kitty. Gyarados. Yes, it is Spanish for golly, 2 arrows.
Nice.
What voice should I give Gyarados?
I'm John Lovitz. That's right.
John Lovitz? It's Gyarados?
Eat fresh!
That's right.
I'm a Gyarados, Jack.
We both feel that she went too far when she betrayed Ash, not to mention she's weak.
Gyarados answered. Pikachu was surprised to hear that Gyarados was also against Misty, since apparently they had a bond strong enough for Mega Evolution. Although perhaps he was being forced to Mega Evolve. He knew that Mega Evolution without true bonds was possible. Though
Yeah, a
they
lot of
always
people
call-
use figging to induce it.
Though they always cause the Pokemon immense pain and suffering.
See?
Well, in that case, why don't you join up with me and Ash?
Pikachu offered.
Ash will make sure you both reach your full potential for sure.
Gyarados and Golduck exchanged a glance.
We're in.
They
We're in.
chorused. Sorry, I don't know why I just got stuck there, but I was like, yeah.
All right, then come with me, Snivy and Squirtle, and we'll go talk to him.
Pikachu said cheerfully. His mission had gone better than he could have expected. Now they had all of Dawn's Pokemon and 2 of Misty's on their side. The traders were in for a nasty shock for sure.
This is probably a really good time to stop for an ad read. So the Fanfic Night is sponsored by Captain Crunch. You and the Captain make it happen?
That was it. That was the ad read. Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's what they get for giving you 0 money.
Exactly.
You want more than that, Captain Crunch? Come on. Pony up the dollars. We'll add a second sentence.
Pikachu found Ash, Drew, Serena, and Delphox working on May's video in Ash and Serena's room. They seemed to be hard at work, but Ash stopped at the sight of Snivy and Squirtle.
Like, what's each person's job working on the video? I mean, if it's, are we in an editing stage? And then how would four people be editing it?
I picture them all just like standing around, like Delphox is working on a jog shuttle machine and everybody else is like standing around pointing. And...
All right. So you're talking about like old school, like celluloid, they're hand cranking this thing, that just scissors and tape.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Was that Gypsy from MST3K you were starting on there, Tracy?
No, but I see how you might make that mistake. Don't beat yourself up, okay? Don't beat yourself up.
Just keep moving forward.
Look, I won't lie. It's embarrassing for you, but...
Where are we?
What are you two doing here?
He asked, glaring at the grass and water starters.
They came to rejoin us.
Pikachu explained, but Ash and Serena just scoffed.
And why should I believe that?
The raven-haired man asked coolly.
There we got our raven-haired man for the chapter.
There you go. Serena and Delphox nodded in agreement. Quickly, Snivy and Squirtle explained their side of the story to Ash. Snivy's side is, I've got an excuse. When they were finished, Ash was nodding slowly, but didn't drop the guarded expression.
All right, Squirtle. I believe you when you say you didn't want to betray me,
he said finally. He turned to Snivy and added,
and I believe that you regret your decision to betray me as well. So I'm going to give you a second chance, but you're on probation. One wrong move, just one wrong move, I will rip your arms off. I think you know what the consequence will be.
That's 2 arm rip-off threats.
No,
that's like his go-to threat.
I added that, yeah.
But
he just said, "I think you know what the consequence will be." Obviously, implied arm ripping.
Yeah. And then you get beaten with it, which you may not notice because your arm is off. Just getting lightly hit with an appendage. This just mean.
With a tiny 2-inch arm of a Snivy.
Even know it was that small.
You're bad.
I understand, Ash. Thank you.
Was Snivy John Lovitz? No, that was one of the others. Snivy said humbly. Ash finally allowed a smile to crack his mask at her tone.
Don't make me regret my decision,
he said, narrowing his eyes again, but without any real threat in his voice. He turned to Gold Duck and Gyarados.
I think I disagree. He's smiling and narrowing his eyes and saying, "Don't make me regret my decision," but not in a threatening way.
Don't make me regret my decision.
I can't even get the voice to try to...
That is an emotion that is unattainable. Yeah, all those ingredients make nothing.
And you two, I'm guessing you want to join us as well? That's right. Ash, will you accept us? We want to become stronger, and Misty's too weak to allow us to reach our full potential.
Gyarados said hopefully. Ash nodded, but looked puzzled.
Of course, but Gyarados, you can Mega Evolve. Don't you have a strong enough bond with Misty that you'd want to stay with her?
He asked.
What bond?
The water dragon Pokémon asked sarcastically.
Misty can only force me to Mega Evolve. We
Mega
don't have
Evolve.
Mega Evolve.
Well,
I'm adding it there.
Mega Evolve.
Also, I just Googled figging while we were talking.
What?
I'm surprised you didn't know.
No, I'm just not a ginger guy, I guess.
That explains why your attack and defense power didn't seem to grow all that much when she Mega Evolved.
Mega Evolved!
when she mega evolved. You in the battle with Jade, then.
Delphox mused. Besides causing the Pokemon in question intense pain, a forced Mega Evolution barely raised the stats of the Pokemon when compared with a Mega Evolution performed with a strong bond.
Exactly.
Gyarados replied grimly.
So, what do you say, Ash? Can we come along with you?
Ash grinned at the dragon-like Pokemon.
A chance to humiliate Misty and gain 2 more powerful Pokemon?
He asked.
I'm down with that. Welcome aboard.
But this time he did say it in a threatening manner.
Welcome aboard.
I think it's time for another ad read,
Okay.
if you don't
Yeah.
mind.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what's going down at the Crunchberries factory? Oops, looks like the captain's hit on a bender again, and all the berries are. It's just all berries now, and they tear up my mouth. It's so good.
This is like an Irish wake more than anything else.
He's definitely reading this off a piece of paper. You can tell.
Somebody wrote this. Okay. Okay.
Yes, the crunches,
okay.
the crunches of the berries will make you happy with long crunch success. By the way, this isn't the American Crunch Berry Corporation. We're advertising the Japanese subsidiary.
Captain Crunch. Is that Kellogg's?
I believe it's Post.
Post. Oh, those people.
And we were glad to hear that the post office was apparently doing better.
What?
They're paying us for this. Please, let's move on.
Okay.
Wasn't
Just
yes,
No, give him more rope to hang
a
himself.
better joke, please.
was
Let him drown in his bed.
Well, have your keys if you're gonna do anything outside.
Wait, you do want to have your keys if you're going outside?
Yes or no?
Wait, or no? No, it's definitely yes. Don't leave the house without your keys. See, this is the thing she's been doing. We ask her an either or question. It was like, do you want milk with your cereal or do you want to eat it dry? She's just like, yes or no. And they're like, oh, just answer the question. But she doesn't know. So she has to think out loud and talk us through it, right? Yeah.
Let's give Lily
They're
in the
doing
next
all
ad
you
copy.
do.
To read.
What are you in the army?